Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking open a pretty dense budget management manual. Now, this is the rulebook for major power utility projects, and we're going to follow the journey of a single project dollar, right from an idea all the way to a final invoice. I mean, think about it. How do you stop a billion-dollar project from just completely falling into financial chaos? We're talking about building massive new power lines, upgrading entire substations, the stuff that keeps our lights on. Without an absolutely ironclad system, these things can become financial black holes fast. So how on earth do they manage it? Well, the answer is buried deep in the manual, and it's this core principle right here: flexibility with control. It's the big idea that governs everything else. You maintain super strict financial discipline, but you also build in a formal, approved process for when things, and they always do, change. This one phrase, it's the key to this whole explainer. All right, so let's follow the money. Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to see why these rules even exist. We'll follow a budget's life from birth to legacy, figure out who's actually in charge, survive the annual funding process, learn how they keep it all on track, and finally see how they grade themselves at the very end. Okay, first things first. Before a single dollar gets put anywhere, you got to have a rule book. And this manual, it really is like the project's financial Bible. It makes sure everyone is playing the same game by the exact same rules. And look, this isn't just about counting pennies. No way. The real point of this whole thing is to enforce discipline to make sure every single project lines up with the company's big picture strategy, to keep regulators happy, and, crucially, to leave a crystal clear paper trail for the auditors.
So here's where it gets interesting. The manual helps us get our heads around this by treating a budget not as some static number on a spreadsheet, but as a living thing. It has a whole life story, a journey that unfolds over 5 really distinct phases.
So the journey starts as just a rough concept, an idea in phase 1. Then it becomes a super detailed, approved plan. They call this the baseline in phase 2. Phase 3 is execution. That's when the money gets spent and tracked. Then you have control for managing any changes, and finally close out, where everything gets squared away and archived for good. And a huge part of this early journey is moving from what's basically a guess to something that's a guarantee. A project might start with what's called a Class 5 estimate. Seriously, just think of it as a ballpark figure scribbled on a napkin. But to get real funding, it has to grow up into a detailed Class 2 or 3 estimate. This becomes the project's constitution. It's the baseline that everything else gets measured against. Of course, you can have the most perfect plan in the world, but it's totally useless if nobody knows who's supposed to do what. This is where the manual gets crystal clear on roles and responsibilities. To map this all out, they use a tool called a RACI matrix. Now I know, it sounds like some corporate jargon, but it's actually a beautifully simple chart. For every key task, it assigns one of 4 roles to every person. Are you responsible for doing the work? Are you accountable for making sure it gets done? Do you just need to be consulted for your input, or do you just need to be kept informed? So, take a look. For preparing the budget, the project manager is ultimately accountable, but it's the finance manager who's responsible for doing all the detailed work. But then, when it comes time for a major change approval, boom, it's the executive sponsor who is accountable. See? There's just no confusion. Okay, now these huge projects don't just exist in a bubble. They have to fight for their lives every single year in this rigorous company-wide process just to get funding. And it's a real gauntlet. It kicks off in Q3 with initial ideas. Then in Q4, detailed budgets are submitted, and you better believe they are challenged and defended. It all culminates late in the year with final board approval. And only then, in Q1 of the next year, does the money actually get loaded so the work can begin. All right, so the project is funded, it's up and running. Now the real battle begins. How do you stop that carefully planned budget from just spiraling out of control? Well, you do it with constant monitoring and some very, very strict rules for any changes. These are basically the instruments on the project's financial dashboard. You've got your monthly reports comparing reality to the plan, you've got fancy metrics like earned value for the big projects, and you even have automated alerts that start pinging when spending hits certain thresholds. It is all about early warnings. And this brings us to what is probably the single most important sentence in the entire manual. This is the hard stop. It's a non-negotiable golden rule, and it's designed to prevent that sneaky, unauthorized scope creep that can absolutely kill a project's finances. So what happens if you have a really good reason to break that rule? Well, you have to follow this exact formal process. It requires a solid justification, a full impact assessment from all the teams, a review from finance, and a sign-off from the right level of authority. This, right here, is flexibility with control in action.
So, the last cable is laid, the last switch is flipped, but the budget's journey is still not quite over. Now it's time for the final accounting, basically the project's final report card.
So how did we do? How does the final actual cost compare to that baseline budget we locked in way back in phase 2? The difference between these two numbers is called the variance, and that little number, well, it tells the entire story of the project's financial performance.
And this is the final and maybe most crucial step. The project's budget leaves behind a legacy. The reasons for any variance are captured, all the documents are archived, and most importantly, the lessons learned are fed back into the system to make the next project's budget estimates even more accurate.
So you see, in the end, this manual isn't just some dusty book of rules. It's actually a living system, one that's designed for continuous learning. It ensures that the journey of the next project dollar is guided by all the successes and failures of every single dollar that came before it. And that hopefully makes for a much, much smarter journey.